of manslaughter charges for shooting and killing her neighbor, Angela Owens, has been sentenced to more than 2 decades behind bars.
The judge issued the sentence saying he believes Lorincz acted out of anger rather than fear. TV20's Kayla Lewis is live at the courthouse. And Kayla, what was the reaction inside the courtroom after the sentencing?
When the judge announced that 25-year sentence, it was emotional on both sides of the courtroom. Now, A.J. Owens' mother and friends were present, as well as Susan Lawrence's sister and a friend as well. You can feel the emotion from both sides and the relief from A.J. Owens' mother, as she says even though she did not get the max sentence, there is still some sort of justice for the family. Now, this hearing today lasted more than 3 hours. The day started off with Pamela Dias, A.J. Owens' mother, making a statement. She looked at Lawrence several times during this, but mostly addressed the judge. She says she feels for Owens' 4 children and has to live with the grief of her daughter not being here every single day. She says holidays and birthdays that are celebrated now will never, ever be the same. And she says she worries for the future of Owens' children. And when she looks at them, she can still see the pain in their eyes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. Let's smash up some likes, ladies and gentlemen. We talking about it. I've got started early. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let people know we're live in this. Let's jump on, and we're talking about this murder, this manslaughter that happened. A.J. Owens, who was shot and killed by a suspected white supremacist witch, Susan Lorincz, who apparently they had a 3-year beef, I guess, over property of her kids playing on her property or trespassing. Whatever the issue was, it didn't warrant this woman being shot through a door with a .389 handgun. And it certainly was not a stand your ground case, although she made that argument of self-defense because her life was not in danger at any moment. Susan Lorincz did not shoot A.J. Owens because she was threatened. She shot her because she was black, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Now, she got off lucky because this was a manslaughter charge and not murder, which means she can see the light of day again. Make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Fair use. Also, if you drop something in the Cash App, PayPal, and stuff. No, I am going to not showing my face right now. I'm just chillaxing, guys. I'm not feeling my normal self. So I'd rather just come and you all see my head blinking and nodding while I'm talking to you on the avatar rather than show my face. But come on, let's smash up the likes. We're going to finish this video. So you're hearing this happen earlier today. The judge handed the sentence of 25 years. The circuit judge, Robert Hodges, has issued a sentence of 20 years in jail for Susan Lorincz. Robert Hodges, I said Roger. Of course, she was convicted this past August for manslaughter in the shooting death of this beautiful sister, young sister, by the way, mother of 4, who was only 35 years old. That's young. Now, we're going to finish and let the video play out. So hold on a second. Fair use. We're going to finish the news article so y'all can listen. And I'm going to give you my opinions from a legal perspective, about whether I thought the case, was this justice? Was this a fair decision? Do you all think that she could have or should have gotten more than 25 years? The maximum sentence in the manslaughter case actually was 30. She's 60 years old. So had she gotten 30, now, of course, there's some things you're going to have to factor in, especially when you talk about Florida law. I'm not familiar with their calculations, but I'm assuming when someone is sentenced to 25 years, they're not doing their whole 25 years, typically. If there's parole eligibility, which it looks like this judge actually gave her some leniency on that. She probably might be able to get out probably in 15 years or 20, depending on what they were asked for. So she asked for a light sentence, and she didn't get a light sentence, but she didn't get a heavy sentence. So let's finish.
I stand before you not as a brave and courageous mother, not as a strong grandmother. I stand before you as a broken-hearted mother, a mother in despair who lost her daughter. I stand before you as an advocate for Isaac, Israel, Africa, and Titus.
Now, the defense called up 5 witnesses today. 2 of those were Susan Lorinc's friends. One was a pastor from a church she attended. One was Susan Lorinc's sister, Ellen, and the other was a psychologist. Now, Ellen Lorincz, when she took the stand, she said they had a rough childhood. She says their father abused them and raped them until they were about 20 years old.
What the fuck that got to do with this? Hold up. What happened in her childhood have anything to do with her name? She's 60 years old. Now, I didn't know they did mention she suffered abuse. I am not in any way shape, or form trying to demonize any person, any woman, any man, any child that has been the victim of something that heinous. I don't doubt that happened. I know of people who have suffered abuse as kids. I've never known them to actually commit murder at the same time. So I have to ask, she used that as a defense for leniency. That has nothing to do with that. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me turn this off so y'all can hear it. So I'm gonna finish and let the defense play. How we doing, man? How we doing, DeAndre? Shout out to you. So yeah, man, hold up. They knew what they were doing. So they brought the defense. The defense can bring witnesses on during the sentencing phase, and they do that to try and sweet talk the judge, is to soften the judge, obviously, on sentencing. And I'm not blaming the defense attorney for doing that. You obviously have a right to do that. The victims give an impact statement. They do that before the prosecutors can have their witnesses testify. So I'm not shocked. So let's continue now. She doubled down. She said this was about her she's still claiming self-defense, but I'm gonna let the video talk. Let's keep going.
Oh, the psychologist testified as an expert and says Lorincz was diagnosed with PTSD back in 2018. And Dr. Castillo says PTSD can make people act differently than they usually would.
What happens in PTSD is that in essence, there is an overdrive of that fire alarm of the amygdala is very overactive. And the part of our brain that considers options, that thinks, that tells time, collapses.
Now, Susan Lorincz did make a statement. She first started off with talking about the health issues she has had over the years and also some incidents between her and Owens over the years as well. And then she said she had an apology to make to Owens' mother and children. She says she is so sorry, and if she could go back and change it, she would. She says she never meant to kill Owens. However, afterwards, Pamela Diaz, A.J. Owens' mother, spoke during a press conference and says she does not believe that Lawrence's apology is sincere. But again, we'll have more on that tonight. For now, I'm live in Ocala, Kayla Lewis, TV 20 News.
And our team coverage now continues with a refresher as to how we got here.
TV 20's Robert Bradford joins us live in the studio to walk us through the case.
And this case really came to the public's view on June 2nd of 2023 when Marion County deputies were called to the scene of Susan Lawrence's home where they found Ajika Owens's body. But through her testimony, Lorincz says the shooting was really a culmination of a long-running argument over Owens's children playing in the yard between their homes. Lorincz shot Owens through her front door. She claimed self-defense. However, 5 days after the shooting, Lorincz was arrested and charged with manslaughter, but Owens's family pushed for second-degree murder. You may remember the protest in downtown Ocala that followed. Lorincz went on trial for manslaughter this past August. A jury found her guilty after about 2.5 hours of deliberations. Lorincz could be seen with shackles around her wrists. She had been in custody since her arrest last June. Robert Bradfield, TV 20 News.
Following the sentencing, family members of A.J. Owens spoke to reporters outside the courthouse.
TV 20's Deja Clayton joins us live there now. And Deja, is the sentence bringing any kind of closure to the family?
Well, A.J. Owens' mother, Pamela Diaz, says she's been waiting for this moment, for this day, for 18 months. She says she's grateful for the verdict and happy with sentencing, but it doesn't bring her daughter back. She says her grandchildren are about to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas without their mom, which breaks her heart. Diaz says she was not moved by Lawrence's testimony and she doesn't accept her apology.
Susan's apology was a last-ditch attempt to save herself. It wasn't sincere. She never showed remorse. As I stated before, her remorse that she showed, if any, at best, was for herself, for what was facing, what lies ahead.
During testimony, Diaz said AJ's life isn't the only thing that ended. She cried while she explained that the plans and promises for her and her daughter's shared future has also died. Live in Ocala, Deja Clayton, TV 20 News.
Yeah. So she got 12 years of 25 years. Yeah, and I'm fine with the mother not accepting her apology because it's half-assed. And apparently what the jury learned is that there was, let me put my music back on, there was an apparent history. The judge didn't buy it either. Judge Robert Hodges, he felt that this was done out of anger, not self-defense. Again, she said she was sorry she could take it back, but she didn't. She doubled down, still saying and when we talk about self-defense, we talk about stand your ground, and we've said this before. In Florida, it does have what they call the stand your ground statute. And all right, yeah. Sorry about that. There's no legal advice that, this is legal advice. However, it doesn't create an attorney-client relationship. I wanted to make that clear. And so you see her breaking down after she releases her statement. And the judge essentially was lenient on her. He gave her 25 years instead of 30. And he listed her history of abuse, but also her history of no criminal history that she had, which they do take that into account. Judges do that. Now, I will say this to you, and I think most of us, especially as Black Americans, Black people, know how many of us would get the benefit of the doubt if the roles were reversed. Do you think a Black woman, damn sure not a Black man, I'm gonna say woman, because if I said man, y'all gonna say hell no. But even a woman, a Black woman in a role reverse, and did what Susan Lorincz did, and let's say she had a history of mental illness or trauma, do y'all think the judge would be lenient with her? No, she getting 30. Plus, when she get out, she gonna have a mental health evaluation for life. She's not gonna be able to own a firearm. She gonna have to seek treatment permanently. Yeah, nothing gonna change with that one. Oh, of course it's not gonna be the same. And no, she wasn't sorry. She was sorry she got caught, she got sentenced. That's what this is about. That's why it's weak. So, but we have a judge, and she shot the woman through the door. She shot the woman through the door. They actually had a picture here. I'm trying to see if it's in the video. There was actually the video where she shot the woman through the door. And if you recall, the reason she went through the door and was banging in the first place was because she had physically attacked the children. I believe with an umbrella of some sorts, because she was mad they were playing on her lawn. And so the mother rightfully went to her home, knocked on her door, and confronted her. Because any parent, especially if their child had been touched, had been harmed in any manner by a stranger for no reason, no justifiable ground, you would want to confront that person too. That's something any of us, I think, would have done. And I don't blame the woman for doing that. I wish, probably now looking back at it, she could have just called. Eventually the police did come, but unfortunately her life was lost. I wish she probably could have waited until the police came and went with her. And maybe that would have been a different situation. I wish she would have called the police with that, because this woman called the police and did that male crying. That didn't work. Yeah, it's a fucking fake. It's a fake apology. And she shot this woman through the door, like I said. So the jury didn't buy it. And here's the thing, guys: the jury was all white. This was in Ocala, Florida. A white judge and white jury didn't buy her excuse. So do I think could times be changing? I think it's more the evidence was what it was. Yes, times change. People don't change. Your personality usually is set by the time you're the age of 30. Now, of course, there are events, there are things in life that changes people, but you know, your personality, who you are, probably set by the time you're a teenager, you know, and have an idea by 18 what direction you're going. Although you're still trying to find yourself in the world, but by the time you're 30, your personality really is set when you're a full adult. And here, she probably has no criminal history. But what does that have to do with it? You killed somebody. She shot a mother of 4. Now, I could see why they didn't do murder, so she wasn't going to get life in prison. I think 30 years as the max. So 30, so she got 5 years off of her 30 years. She could have got the max. I guess in looking at that from a legal perspective, I could see that. Because she wasn't convicted of murder. I could possibly see that. And the judge gave her leniency. I kind of see that. I kind of can see that. Do I think black people will get that type of leniency? Typically, no. And look, that's our sister. That's GK Owens. Yeah. And with the holidays coming around, it's going to be even more messed up because those kids are not going to be with their mother. They're spending another year without her. So it pains me to know what they're thinking and going through right now. It's not something, you know, we all deal, especially around this time of the year, with loss of loved ones who are no longer here. But when they're taken violently from you, it makes it even worse because, you know, that person had a lot more living to do, had more time on this earth that was needed. And it was taken away out of racial prejudice and greed and idiocy. This was an idiot that did this. And the judge said this. He said they'll live their whole lives without their mother, which I think is a very significant harm inflicted by Miss Lorincz. Yeah, she noted the impact on the 4 kids, on the mother. So, yeah, the grandmother, Pamela. Yeah, that's a burden. Think about that too. That impacts everybody, all the family members, because now you're responsible for raising those kids. It falls on the other family members, people who weren't expecting a child. You got to raise 4 of them now. This grandmother who has adult children now has to raise her grandkids. I don't know where the kid's father is or what their life, if he's in their life or not. But that's terrible. That's an adjustment. What say you, chat? Shout out to my people on X. on YouTube, on Rumble. So that's the question. Do y'all think justice is served? Smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Who thinks justice was served? We're going to chat. Yeah, this wasn't going to be a long live stream, fam. This was the main thing I want to talk about tonight. Yeah, just that was crazy what happened. But black people, we got to start stepping our Second Amendment game up too. I think these situations, especially like that, remind us of why we need to exercise the same rights as those who are antagonistic towards us. You know, like Ice-T said, I'll give up my guns when everybody in the world gives up theirs. Exactly. Guys, I gotta show y'all something too. So I want to say something in other news. Y'all know we dodged a bullet a few weeks ago, November 5th to this day. 4 weeks ago, we dodged a bullet because Kamala Harris had gotten elected. This is what we would have been dealing with.
Just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. Just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have.
I had heard rumors that Mrs. Harris, or I shouldn't say Mrs. Madam M. Hoff, as Judge Joe Brown said, like the sauce. It looks like she's drunk. Someone said drunker than Cooter Brown. Oh my Lord. Who did this? Who did this?
Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did.
No.
Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you.
Bastard. No.
You have the same.
No. God, no. Oh my God. Dad, you drunk. Oh God.
Thank you. Back
the
at
whole
you,
video.
brother. You are such an extraordinary leader. And thank you, Tim. Thank you. Back at you, brother. You are such an extraordinary leader, and we have become lifelong friends. I just, in front of everyone, I want to thank you, Tim. You lead with courage. You lead with heart. You see the people. You care about the people. You believe in uplifting the dignity to which all people are entitled, and you do it and you have a sense of fun when you're doing it. But you are an extraordinary leader, and obviously the people of Minnesota are very, very lucky to have you there. But you are a national leader and a dear friend, and thank you. Noel, thank you for your work in Pennsylvania and all that you did for our campaign. And let me just say to everyone on this call, I am so grateful for you, and I'm so thankful to you. I'm thankful for your love of our country and your willingness to put the work into it. I'm thankful for the faith that you put in me and Governor Walz and our team. And I am thankful because I know your character is such that you're not going to get
You're
knocked down.
awesome.
And you're in this fight. And you're
she sounded like she came back from the Mardi Gras. You're awesome. Tell me something, mister. Oh. Why does this? I'm gonna finish the whole video. I don't know where this is coming from, but they say this is from Benny Johnson. So she's addressing supporters 3 weeks after her loss.
You're in it for all the right reasons. And I know that about you. It's why you're part of this call right now and all the work that you did over those 107 days and even before. That's your nature. And the outcome of this election obviously is not what we wanted. It is not what we worked so hard for. But I am proud of the race we ran. And your role in this was critical. What we did in 107 days was unprecedented. Think about the coalition that we built, and we were so intentional about that. You would hear me talk about it all the time. Being a daughter of parents who are active in the civil rights movement, I know and believe that the best movements that are about progress in our country mean that it's leaders that we are dedicated to the coalition, to bringing people together that seemingly have nothing in common, but have everything in common. A coalition where we bring people together based on a deep love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work, and that we will do that work with a sense of joy, yes, with a sense of work ethic and understanding it's going to be hard, but it's good work. It's good work to be engaged in a collective fight for America's future. And it means so much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, you called in favors. You said, hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office. You put in the time. It was personal for you. And you gave all that you
I'm just letting it play
to support our campaign. Because of your efforts, get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost $1.5 billion.
That you blew through.
From grassroots
20 million in the hole.
The most in presidential campaign history. Nearly 8 million donors contributed an average donation of about $56 to fuel our people-powered campaign. And understand that the work that we did included the work that so many of you here did, which is to talk to first-time voters. Many of you are first-time voters. And to talk about how being involved can make a difference. And that remains true. And that's one of the pieces that I just want us to please take away, that our fight for freedom and for opportunity and for the promise of America, it included, for example, nearly almost 4 million first-time contributors to our campaign because of the work you did of helping people know that they can be engaged and that they're not outside, that they're inside, that we're all in this together. And that work continues. The work must continue of reminding ourselves that we have an ability to stay engaged in a way that will make a difference. The work that you all did, it's going to have lasting effect. Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. certainly not as we planned for it to. But understand that the work we put into it was about empowering people. That's the spirit with the work we did. Our spirit and our work was about saying that it is a strength that we each have to lift people up, as opposed to beating people down. It is a strength we have that has lasting effect. So all that work that you did that was about engaging with other people, engaging with perfect strangers and in their face seeing a neighbor, that has lasting effect. It reminds people that there are leaders like you who care and will bring us together. And you know, sometimes in the darkest moments, people lose faith in that. Are there people out there that feel that way? And you reminded people that yes, there are. And there are a
Word,
lot.
Madam Imhoff.
And that strength cannot be taken from us. That is our strength. It cannot be taken from us. So listen, as I said the day after the election, I still strongly believe the light of America's promise will burn bright as long as we never give up and we keep fighting. And the fight that fueled our campaign, a fight for freedom and opportunity, that did not end on November 5th. A fight for the dignity of all people, that did not end on November 5th. A fight for the future, a future in which all people receive the promise of America? No. A fight that is about a fight for the ideals of our nation, the ideals that reflect the promise of America, that fight's not over. So look, we still have a lot to fight for, okay? A future where every American can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the right to make decisions about their own body, not their government telling them what to do. Our fight for the rule of law, for freedom for all, for equal justice, for the sacred principle that everyone, no matter where they start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be upheld. That's not over. That fight's still in us, and it burns strong. And I know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. I know you're clear-eyed about it. And it feels heavy. And I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. Look, this mission that we have, it takes hard work. But as you've heard me say many times, we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work. And in doing our work, we will remain committed and intentional about building community, building coalitions, reminding people that we all have so
Y'all
much
ready
more in
for me to
common
turn
than what
this off?
separates us. We will be armed with the faith and the fuel that tells us what is possible and then drives us to achieve it. So let's continue to organize and mobilize and stay engaged. And I thank you all. I thank you all. We
They
are
saying
all
she
in this
wants to
together.
eye
all right?
2028.
We are all in this together. And on this
I say
classical
yes. She
eve
should
of
get a 2028
Thanksgiving,
calendar.
I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving with the ability and to find the ability at this moment to just remember there is so much to be thankful for. And so I wish for you
right.
that you are surrounded by.
I had enough. Yeah, everybody is talking about her. No, she was never leading. She was never leading. That's an outright lie. She didn't have a chance. And they all trying to keep saying, well, like D.L. Hughley was listening to brother Tim Black. No, that's not on my timeline. That's somebody. I don't know who that dude was. Don't roll in me, y'all. I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm not on that Roland Martin shit. No, we ain't doing this. We ain't doing this. No, that's somebody who's Big Pharma wants you sick. I don't even follow this person. I don't know why he's showing up looking like Apollo Creed. Black ass Apollo Creed. Fuck out of here. African Apollo Creed. Yeah, I always said this. I didn't believe none of that. Oh shit, they didn't got Serena too.
Don't you have like 400 family members? Yeah, and they're almost all of them know. You guys know.
That's her husband. She married the circus ringmaster. Damn. That's what she. Where's King Richard? Get this white man away from your daughter. Leave this alone. I need him. We really need Will Smith at this point. That's a damn shame. Yeah, Serena is gone. You couldn't keep Common. She couldn't keep Drake. Wasn't she messing with who else she was messing with? She couldn't keep me. Damn it, Serena. I don't want to see that. What the fuck is going on with this world? I'm on my timeline. Thanksgiving, they got employees doing stuff with turkeys at Butterball. Shit. No wonder why they had a sale on free Butterball turkeys and shit. Now I'm looking at it. Motherfucker. Oh, God. I don't want to spoil anybody's Thanksgiving, but damn. They got Serena looking like Sammy Sosa. Yeah. That was Serena. Serena was looking like LaToya in her 90s when she was going on Michael. They had her looking like a Jackson. I'm just kidding, Taj. If you heard this, I know you don't do that plastic surgery stuff, but I mean, look, Taj, I love you. I love y'all, but come on, I seen what your I seen what your family looked like back in the 70s, man. There was a difference. I love you. You my man. I'm not trying to diss y'all, but y'all heard worse than that. In Living Color did worse. My God, yeah, but Serena didn't. Serena done bleached the hell out of her shit. Damn. Is it me or did she get smaller? She look like Silton. It's gross. So yeah, man, that's mostly what I was gonna talk about. But what do y'all plan on doing? Yeah. I'm not gonna be on more than likely on Thanksgiving because that's Thursday, but yeah, I did hear about Drake. He's got a lawsuit going on, I think with Universal and Spotify. Just think about that too. You know why I like the music industry and I'm in it so much? Well, I like music, but not the music industry, is because black people account for 90% of the music that everybody is doing. And we don't control it. That's a shame. We don't control it. We got no money from it. All right. Well, I'm gonna roll up. Let me put my music back on, y'all. I hope y'all have a blessed holiday. Like I said, I probably will be doing some videos. I probably will drop in the meantime between now and Friday. Y'all be safe and be blessed. Shout out to my on X, Rumble, and YouTube, everywhere. Be sure, ladies and gentlemen, you check out, since it is the holiday season, y'all make sure you buy Be My Baby for Christmas on iTunes, all right? Y'all be safe and be blessed, all right? I'll holla. Peace out, fam. I'm going to get up out of here. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Good night. Shout out to DeAndre. Shout out to Danielle, everybody. One who cares. Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on through our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel gboot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace.